Hello. Hello. Good morning. How are you? Wow. I would be you too if I was in that situation. I'm doing pretty okay. Thank you for asking me. Today, I've been feeling urgent needing to make a video about something. I've been telling myself, like, it's time for video. And, things just haven't been, okay, obviously I just need to back up and let it go. I've tried to film videos for the past couple of days, and, like, when I come here, I'm kind of iffy on, like, what topic I want to talk about. I think I'm going through a little bit of like an eclipse of myself. So, I'm trying to kind of refrain from talking about too much into energetics, like any tarot. Well, I think I might be doing the tarot reading later today. Actually, I got some signs from my guides, which is funny enough because that's the topic of this here damn video. Guides. Shout out my guides for guiding me into making this video. Or not. So that's what we're talking about today. That's how I came across this topic. So when spiritual people talk about spirit guides, or in term, when you hear spirit guides, what is that? This is my perception. This is through my experience and my knowledge, and also my personal experiences, and also interacting with other people who are also in touch with their spirit guides. This is what I have concluded. A spirit guide is an away from you, not you, source of guidance or presence, to say the least. We talk, as I'm thinking of this, I'm thinking about the different, almost like districts of guides. My first guides that I saw were animals. And animals are very subtle, beautiful ways that Mother Nature guides oneself. I saw bunnies. That was the first thing I saw was bunnies. And also, in your guides, I mean, as you get signs, we understand synchronicities. There are details in the synchronicities, like seeing, for an example, 3 bunnies. I saw 3 bunnies like 2-3 days in a row, and I was like, this is weird. And then on like the first or second day that I saw the bunny, I started to become aware of the bunny and the pattern. And then on the 3rd day, when I saw the bunny, that damn near kickstarted my fucking spiritual awakening. So I think animal spirit guides, and animal spirit guides kind of stay with you. People have their spirit animal. I mean, that animal that they resonate with. And that is like, in itself, a spirit guide. Almost unconscious. You know, if somebody's not aware of what the animals are communicating, then it's more of a unconscious spirit animal, you know, just somebody who, like, I really resonate with dolphins, you know, and that's the furthest they went into it, and that's fine, but they, on a very base level of them, know, like, I fuck with this animal, somehow special to me. And that's kind of what a guide is. A guide is something, whether it's an animal or an ancestor that's the next like group. Ancestors or passed over people. And that can be literally anybody. I also have brought in live people. They're not nearly as much potent as, like, for an example, an ancestor of mine that is a very, very prominent spirit guide is my grandfather. And he passed on before. There was a period where he passed and there was nothing. And then a certain day, around the time where I started to awaken spiritually, I started to have synchronicities that connected me to my grandparent, who was alive at a point. And like, people always, ancestors are really, really interesting, because sometimes they're ancestors that you've never even met. My great-grandma's mom, as when I was in a meditation, came to me and was supporting me for a while as I was healing some generational wounds in my feminine bloodline. And she was kicking it with me for a while too. These people I haven't even met, who have passed over, those people can be your guides. And the beautiful thing about guides is you choose your guides, but your guides also choose you. Your guide, understanding this, especially at anything that is your guide, whether it has a soul, it has an essence, you know? Like, if a bunny is following you around, the essence of that bunny is working with you, intrigued with you, you know? Like, what's an example? I don't know. I've definitely had times where I've wanted, or where I've asked, like, for an example, sometimes I really like John Lennon. John Lennon has always been a very prominent, like, since I was a child, I've listened to the Beatles. I really loved the message of, like, peace and love that, like, the hippie phase Beatles pronounced. And John Lennon then manifested this, my specific perspective of this John Lennon has manifested as, like, this musicianal peace and love symbol. And while he also has, like, it's really funny. It's funny because the thing is you co-create with your guides, because as you connect with these people that have passed on, like, for an example, John Lennon, like, on one hand, John Lennon no longer exists, and his soul is not John Lennon, it is his soul. And so, on one note, John Lennon's not going to act like John Lennon. It's the essence of him that I was attracted to, and it's the essence of him that is sitting and helping me guide, because we come back to a spirit guide is help, a guide to help your soul go forward on your path. And, you know, you need help in different areas. I have, like, guides that help me with my intuition and my feminine embodiment. I have guides that help me with money. I have guides that help me with chilling and enjoying life. And they all come from different essences. And, you know, and it's just allowing yourself to hear, and to, like, if you close your eyes and you ask for guidance to come, to listen to it. And to slowly piece together in your brain, not full force logically, but like beating around the bush logic of who is here and what it's saying and what it means to you. That, I believe, is how you can start beginning to encourage more spirit guides. Another thing is, I think the spirit guides come to you. I just, like, you'll just be walking around, driving around, and you'll think about this person or this whatever it is, and something will click. And then you will feel that this person is now more than just a person. It means something. It means something, and that is literally it. And then you start following and paying a little bit more attention when you hear that name, or you see that animal, or you think of it, or something reminds you of it, and you're just a little bit spiritually, like your third eye opens just a little bit to see like what's going on, because it's kind of like a poke. When I see something that reminds me of my grandpa, I look around and I'm like, okay, so is there anything here that I need to know that my grandpa would want me to know? And that's how you work with your spirit guides. What is another spirit guide? And then you have your beautiful higher self, who is your, I want to say your main spirit guide, because it's just on your spiritual path. You're ultimately trying to get to your highest vibrational frequency, your best timeline. You're trying to be as happy as you can be and learn and fulfill your soul's purpose. Yes. Your spirit guide, your higher self, is the part of you that has already done it, is already there. It's almost like this is the essence of you. And the essence of you at the highest form of love and knowing and wisdom and experience, you know? And this part of you works really, really good with like healing your self-worth, healing your self-assurance, as in like feeling safe within yourself and your decisions, and really rooting yourself. Because when you don't know where to turn to and go to, you know who will? The you who did it. Like literally. And I will say that the really cute and tricky quirk of spirit guides, especially with the higher self, is sometimes the higher self will lead you around like a double take, and you won't understand what's going on until it clicks, and you do. And that is, when that happened to me, I was like, fuck you, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? Like, this should be clear cut, I understand, and it's comfortable for me. And life's not like that all the time. And that's a lesson the spirit guide told me, my higher self taught me very quick. And I've only benefited from that information, yes? So, I love meditating with my higher self. Anytime I'm really sad and like I'm sad within myself, I call my higher self in and she just hugs me. Because the thing is she knows how it's like hugging a mirror of you. who knows exactly how you feel, and she's like, let me hold you. And there's very little things are as healing as that, in my experience. Another spirit guide, these I think are my most prominent that I work on a day-to-day basis with, are any god or variation of spirit, whether that's like the universe or Mother Nature or like Greek goddesses or Egyptian gods. I work a lot with the Greek goddesses. I have a handful of them that protect me and guide me through wisdom and is teaching me how to be a strong woman. And I call upon these goddesses every day. And the beautiful thing is when you begin being guided by anything, I've found it's more prominent in like my ancestors and the goddesses and the gods, is when you start working with them, they're working with you too. You ask them for wisdom and protection, they're going to make you read a book and take a self-defense class, while also, protecting you. They are not just, you don't just pray to your altar and everything is okay. You are working with these energies, and in the most beneficial, best way for you possible. They're like, yeah, I fuck with you, I'll hang out with you, but you got to do some stuff that's going to make you even better and your life even happier. And it's a beautiful relationship. The goddesses and the gods have in history, they have had like altars and offerings, and you absolutely can do that, or you cannot. It doesn't matter. I will say that I think it's important to give attention to your guides. I mean, you treat anything with kindness, but especially your spiritual help and your spiritual friends, because they are helping you in ways that you couldn't even begin to comprehend. And also, it's just very important to respect. Very, very important to respect. Is there anything else that I want to touch on? I currently don't have an altar for my goddesses. I did at one point. It was just a tiny little thing, like one or two things that I really enjoyed. Like, for an example, I don't know. For an example, like, I brought Hera my favorite pair of earrings, and then some honey, some cranberry pomegranate juice, some cinnamon for the goddesses, things like that. Very, like, earthly light offerings. Like, don't go doing bloody offerings. I said don't do that, but to each their own. They do like that. So, yeah. Is there any other guides? I mean, there's so many guides. There's feelings that are guides. There's guides and songs. I have 2 artists that are my spirit guides. Animals that change, they fluctuate constantly, etc., etc. And you can have 1 or 2, or you can have 20 that you work with. It's you. It's just you and your experience, and it's okay, no matter what. So, just wanted to educate through my experience, talk about it, and honestly get this understanding from my brain outwards. So I don't think I've ever out loud talked about this. So, yeah. If you have any questions, any comments, if you're like, Chloe, you're stupid, this doesn't make sense, type it in the chat and let me hear it so we can talk and yada yada yada. I love you. Keep it cool. Keep it light. Keep it love. And I'll see you in the next video.